I have to constantly upload because of this prick working for the soul collectors. It's not like you go to heaven or hell and still get to be yourself. Your memories and personality is your brain. When it dies, you die. Your spirit is a seed released from your pineal gland. It's your most basic essence. If your spirit is free, then you get to wake up somewhere else in this universe in some kind of body. But if you sold your soul to a devil, they own you. The word devil comes from the word devi, meaning deity. Every god is a devil, every single one of them. If you worship anything with a name, you have already lost. The real God will never speak to you and will never have a name. We know from thousands of case studies where people remember things from former lives that transmigration is real. Reincarnation is hard for people because of the ego. We want to believe that we get to remain ourselves for eternity. It's a desperate hope, but that's not how it works. I really can't stress this enough. Your memories, personality, everything that is you is stored in your brain, like a hard drive. Since God is all knowing, everything is stored in the Akashic records, the invisible sphere of Thoth in the Kabbalah. Sometimes people connect with these psychically. This is probably how one can remember past lives, and there are psychics who offer Akashic records readings. You are definitely not continuing your life in heaven or hell, because without a brain you can't form new memories. One may remember fragments from past lives, but no one ever remembers their time as a spirit. Without the ability to form new memories, heaven and hell become meaningless. You can't torment spirits for eternity or give them paradise. Without memory, they would not process anything. The second death in the lake of fire simply means having to die again, which is something Jesus is claiming you can escape with so-called eternal life by becoming a human pillar sacrifice in his temple and never going out again. All liars go to the lake of fire, so if you ever told a lie, that's where you're going. They are tormented in the presence of the Lamb, because we have the virgin-born sun god in every culture. The lake of fire was an Egyptian concept. In the papyrus of Ani, Osiris says he is going into the lake of fire and it will be cleansed before him. The torment only happens if your karma is bad, and also when evil reigns over the earth. Unlike fiction, we don't always get a happy ending. This world becomes hell if we don't clean it up. With reincarnation being suppressed in the entire Western world, people have been content to be lazy and not care about the state of the world. This has been done so that evil can rule it. If everyone knew they were coming back, we would fight to make it right. We would not put up with half the stuff that we do. We would think twice about polluting it. Therefore, Christianity is the root of all evil. Christianity evolved out of Gnosticism, and the Gnostics rejected the material world completely as being evil, which is a stupid thing to do without rock-hard evidence of something better. No matter what kind of body your essence goes into, whether in this universe or any other, the only two possibilities after death are transmigration or soul collectors. If you committed your soul to some interdimensional being playing God, then you become their food source forever. You become a part of that being. They own you. And now you see what this planet really is. It's a farm for those beings who pretend to be gods of light so that you will worship them. Jesus, Buddha, Satan, any and all gods the state is giving you. Every single one of them must be rejected fully and completely. There can only be the one Creator Spirit who loves you and looks after you, but must remain completely unknown to you. This is the first and most important commandment. Yahweh Tetragrammaton is not a name for God. A name means character in the Hebrew. It's the human body, the temple of the Spirit. The real deity has always remained nameless and formless, for that is how it must be. Because of Zoroastrianism, we have Christians who believe their literal corpse will rise out of their grave on some future day of resurrection. That would be unfair to everyone who couldn't afford a plot or died in some other way. Even if that were possible, they would be trapped in their coffins. It just goes to show you how thoughtless people can be. It's all magic and make-believe to trap your soul so that it isn't wild and free. Flesh and blood does not enter the kingdom. Why should anyone trust such a thing? Jesus forsook this world and plans to return with wrath. He is a wretched, low-down devil who comes as an angel of light. He rebuked Peter as Satan because Peter wanted him to rule. Peter wanted him to reign, but he wanted to die. Even if you're an atheist, That doesn't excuse you for not having due reverence to your ancestors and whatever potential God or force created us. Because you can't prove anything one way or another. To call yourself an atheist, agnostic, or any other title is a trap. It takes you away from the center and away from the truth. You don't need to convert to anything. You were perfect the day you were born. This is the truth that will set you free. Never ever sell your soul or worship any deity with a name. Do not be tricked into accepting eternal death. That will make you food to be claimed. You were created to live, to thrive, to have fun, and be free. All things created are subject to death. Even the stars are subject to death. Even the universe itself dies and is reborn. This is simple action and reaction. If something began to exist, then it must eventually come to an end. Eternal life is a scam because it is impossible. The only true divinity in this universe is that it can exist again and that it came to exist in the first place. Reincarnation is an end unto itself and the only spiritual doctrine anyone should have. To do otherwise is suicide.